We're very excited to be welcoming her back to her home more than 7 years after Katrina. We're also very thrilled to be doing this with the Drago's family, a New Orleans family that is committed to rebuilding homes for other New Orleans families here with St. Bernard Project.
Thank you.
We also are celebrating Women's Build this week in honor of all the females out there today. In fact, more than 50% of our 78 volunteers today are women. And in general, a special thanks to all the volunteers who are here today. We have 10,000 people just like you every year who make this possible. And you're going to see the fruits of your labor right after this ceremony here in Miss Gibson's home. So we're thrilled you're here. Thanks for coming. And I'm going to now introduce Zach Rosenberg, the co-founder and CEO of St. Bernard Project.
I feel like I should say something about Rapunzel. How's everyone? Can we bring it in a little bit? I want you to hear Tommy in a minute, so everybody bring it in real close. So, you know, for lots of folks, it's taken us a while to understand what New Orleans is. Before I moved here, I thought it was about the music. I thought it was about the food.
It is about the food.
Well, I'm going to get there. Trust me. I thought it was about the partying. But when you live in New Orleans, when you live in Louisiana, what you realize is New Orleans is about family, right? And that's what we do at the St. Bernard Project, and that's what the Satanovich family has done in honor of Mr. Drago. So a big round of applause for Mr. Drago. What this family has done is nothing less than ensure that 3 other American families have reason to know that their citizenship and their humanity has meaning. You know, let's face the truth. It's hard to feel good. It's hard to feel that you count sometimes if 7 Christmases, 7 Thanksgivings, countless days after work go by without being able to move into your own home. And that's something that the Satanovich family has done for this family and for 2 others. So again, thank you to the Satanovich family. There's
Thank you, all of you.
now,
God bless you.
while we're going to celebrate today this welcome home party, I do want to make mention of something else. As much as we all want it to be the case, the recovery is not over after Hurricane Katrina. The St. Bernard Project has 130 American families on our waiting list. And these are all people who own houses that they can't afford to rebuild. These are people who, without your help, without someone's help, are going to be forced to spend another Christmas, another Thanksgiving, more countless days after work without coming home. And unfortunately, after those 130 families, we're still getting 10 calls a week from people who own homes who can't afford to rebuild their houses, and their average age is 61 years old. So as I look across this great-looking group of people, there's a few things that I'm sure of. We can get there together. There are people in this audience who have been here 10 times. Raise your hand if this is at least your 10th visit rebuilding New Orleans. There's Connie. There's this gentleman. Right? That has to give us hope. There are people out there who won't rest until this recovery is over. And then there's families like Tommy's, like our friends from Cisco, like our friends from American Airlines. We're going to stand with us shoulder to shoulder to make sure that this recovery is complete. So I thank you for keeping on, finishing this recovery. And now, big round of applause for Tommy, and he's going to share some words.
First off, thank you for all you guys that have come from out of town. The girls that taking time off of school. I'm sure you miss teachers and classrooms, and to come down here and help people move back home. I'd like to start off by introducing our family. My wife, somewhere over here, Leanne, behind me. Okay. My brother, Dr. Jerry Satanovich, he's a coroner in Jefferson Parish. My dad, Drago, down here, who's been doing little cat calls a little while here. And my mom, who not only is my mother and our parent, but she also signs my paycheck. A couple, three other people. What we didn't do alone. We did with our friends in the industry. We did with our customers. John Hildebrand is with Cisco Foods. Cisco is a great supplier in the restaurant industry and hospitality industry, and one of ours. Vincent Manza with Mr. Mudbugs is also a great supplier. And then Charles Henry, who represents Congressman Scalise, Steve Scalise, who's a good friend, who is always at every event and supports what we do. Always great support. So it's an honor to have you guys here. Thank you all very much, and thank you for helping. I also, what we did and what we do. And this is probably more importantly, we can't do without our employees. We have 225 to 250 employees that work for Drago's restaurant. And I'm going to tell you, I've got the best employees in the world. I know St. Bernard, you got some great volunteers. But it doesn't happen without Maria back there, one of our managers in Metairie, and Jonathan and Ed and those guys over there. We don't do what we do alone. It's with a lot of help, and the important thing is when our employees do it, they do it because they love what they do and they love being part of not only my family, not only the Drago's restaurant family, but the hospitality industry. I'm going to tell you, our hospitality industry in New Orleans is second to none. I know you guys come from all over the country. You guys come from some great cities, probably have some great restaurants there. But I'm going to tell you, we have the best hospitality industry. Whenever there's somebody in need and we call on different people in our industry, nobody says no. Which brings us to when we were talking about my dad's birthday. How are we going to celebrate his birthday this year? He turned 90 on July 11th. We started to think, how are we going to do this, and what are we going to do? How do we make the biggest impact? And coming from an industry where we do a lot of things and raise a lot of money and help a lot of people, it's not easy to come up with something a little bit different and a little bit unique to our industry. So we decided on his birthday, which was Wednesday, July 11th, we were going to take all of our sales from the Metairie restaurant. We were going to put a tent in the parking lot and try to do a lot of to-go food. We had a lot of friends that just came over and couldn't get in the restaurant because it was so busy. They just brought a check. And all total, we came up with about $105,000 towards St. Bernard Project. And I told Zach, when we went to him originally, we wanted, an important part of what we wanted the money to go to help somebody. Since this hospitality industry has been so good to our family, we wanted to help people in the hospitality industry. So we asked to find people on the list that have some tie to the hospitality industry. St. Bernard Project being the family-run operation they are, like our restaurant being family-run. He used that word a lot, and I love it. He said, absolutely, no problem. We have people. If we don't, we'll find people. By golly, they did. I'm going to tell you, they could not have found a better recipient to what our family has asked for. And all I can say at this point, Ms. Gibson, welcome home. Thank y'all very much.
All right, I'm Andy. I was the site soup on this house, and it has been awesome the entire time. Chris and Edwina are amazing people, and I kept warning them that we were going to be here for another year because they kept cooking, and the food was amazing. First of all, we had a lot of people, a lot of different specialty crews work on this house. So I want to give round of applause for the framers, electricians, and plumbers who were here almost from day one. And they did all the siding, they had all the plumbing, electrical. We had electricians build us these awesome porch steps. So let's give them a round. Next group, all the August side soups that came and worked on this house. Raise your hand. All right, these guys, we're missing a few, but these guys came in. We were on a low point in our volunteers, so we used them to finish this house. They came in about 2 weeks in from where I started, and they stuck with me the entire way. So let's give them a round. So it's been awesome to work. I can't think of a more deserving family. Back before Katrina, about 2 weeks before, right? Edwina finally signed over the papers of her parents' restaurant, so she owned it. Katrina wiped everything out. Since then, they've been able to find jobs at Drago's and, or not Drago's, Papa's. And Chris is around. He's back there. He's awesome. He was here almost every day. So these people have been working, trying to get back. They had contractors. They had enough money for the contractors to do it. They had up walls. They had it mudded. They had it all textured. Then somebody broke in, stole all the copper wiring out. So that's where I came into a house just filled with holes. And they just didn't have enough funding to finish the job. So that's where we came in. That's where our awesome sponsors helped us out. So let's give Drago's a round of applause. Alright, so before I let Edwina speak, I always give, as a couple of y'all know, I always like to make something for my homeowners. So, I know y'all love to cook. So, I made y'all a couple platters with tins, intro. Oh, just wait. Next, this little bench. We had an amazing little volunteer, 4 years old. Their granddaughter came and helped paint. So, noticed that she was having troubles getting up on chairs, so I built her a little bench and got it all primed. So her job now is to make it pretty. So, all right. So, without further ado, here's Edwina.
Hello everybody, I'm Edwina Gibson. First I want to thank God for letting everybody be here for to help me. And I want to thank my new Drago family and my surrounding family with the St. Bernard Project. Second, I want to say I just love everybody and I want everybody to be happy. It's been a long time coming.
You're great.
Welcome home.
I just want to thank my new family. And I hope to be a volunteer one day with the St. Bernard Project.
Yeah!
Miss Clara and Drago can hold the ribbon down here. And Jerry and Tommy.
Let him cut the scissors, Joe. Let him cut the scissors.
Edwina?
Oh.
You want to leave this one? No, you got it. All right, on three, we're going to say welcome home. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Welcome home.
Feel free to grab some excellent food provided by Drago's in the back. Feel free to walk around the house and see all the great work. Thanks for coming, y'all.
Yeah. Okay.